Well, hey there, everyone. It's me, Esther Bartkiw, and we're continuing on in this series talking about trauma, unexpressed emotion, and the nervous system. It's all in support of a 21-day online class that I'm going to be teaching starting August 22nd, just right around the corner, to calm, heal, reset your nervous system by releasing this trauma held within. And today's topic is I want to talk about what is the connection between trauma, unexpressed emotion, and the nervous system. All right. So for those who I am new to, my name is Esther Bartkiw. I am a core belief therapist. I've been doing this really dynamic core belief therapy since 2004. That's 17 years. I'm an intuitive and energy reader. I really love astrology. I'm a fan and a student. And I combine this core belief therapy with spirit-filled messages, spiritual mentoring, energy healing, psychological tips, tools, and techniques to provide for my clients really grounded, practical guidance and advice that they can use in their life. But also when we do the private sessions to really make some deep change within, which then creates change in your outward reality. All right, so welcome back, whether you are a longtime friend or someone new to my channel. All right, so here's the topic. What is the connection between trauma, this unexpressed emotion, and the nervous system? Now, in the first two videos I did, I talked about the nervous system. I talked about what trauma is and what trauma isn't, how it affects your body, where it is stored in your body, how it may show up in your life. So if you've missed those two videos, please go back and watch them. If you're watching this on YouTube, I will put links below so you'll have easy access to them. All right. So we're picking up here video number 3. So trauma, unexpressed emotion, affects the nervous system, in particular the autonomic nervous system. All right. And trauma, this unexpressed emotion, what it does is it deregulates the nervous system. So what does deregulate mean? It means having a poor ability to manage emotional responses. Okay, that's what the trauma does to the nervous system. And yet the nervous system, its job is to regulate emotional responses. Its job is to say, oh my goodness, something's going on inside of Esther. Oh my goodness, something's happening in her environment, in her surroundings. Look, she's freaking out, she's afraid, she's in panic, she's anxious, she's worried, she's scared, she's sad, whatever it might be. And the nervous system kicks in to regulate. Okay, this is just really basic understanding. If you want to know more about the nervous system, there's lots of material for you to go out and study. But I just want to tell you a little bit, enough to know to create some awareness. All right, so the trauma deregulates the nervous system. Now this trauma, this unexpressed emotion, well, where does it begin? And we talked about that in video number 2, okay? So it could start in the womb, right? Lots of my clients, when we're doing private sessions, whatever they're going through that is affecting them at age 40, 50, 60, and even beyond, started in the womb. Childhood, okay? I would say all of us experienced childhood trauma, okay? Unexpressed emotion from a traumatic event. And that could be to different degrees. Some people severe trauma, and others that we would say, okay, on the scale, it wasn't really severe, but to them and how they interpreted it and how they processed it or didn't process it was very traumatic to them, okay? And then even in adulthood, we have traumatic events, someone dies, divorce, loss of a job, a shocking unexpected surprise. It could be, a fire. It could be so many different things. And we also build up trauma in adulthood that's building on top of the unexpressed emotion already held within. Okay? And this all deregulates the nervous system. But let's take it back. Let's say you had womb trauma. That means while you were forming in the womb, and this trauma was already energetically taking up space, your nervous system, maybe other parts and aspects of your body as well, but your nervous system may not have formed optimally. It may not have wired up correctly. It might have already started to feel like, whoa, what is going on? And then if that trauma continued to build up through childhood, it just overtaxes the nervous system until it either shuts down or it gets stuck. And what it would get stuck on is fight or flight. So there are many roles of the nervous system in your body. I'm just going to say fight or flight. It's a term we've all heard about. And fight and flight, actually, it's really good. It is so good that we have fight or flight, so that if somebody's doing an injustice to us, that we can stand up for ourselves and fight for ourselves, or fight for the people around us and fight for what we believe in. It's really good. And if there's a fire and that fight or flight kicks in and says, flee, there's a fire, it is really good. And a healthy nervous system will send those messages out, you take action, and then it balances you, brings you back to balance. But when it wasn't wired correctly, when it's overtaxed, the nervous system can get stuck on fight or flight. Okay? And how that could look is someone who is always very anxious, worried, cannot calm down, hypervigilant, always looking around them, what's going on, who's around me, am I safe, that kind of behavior. Hyperactivity, can't sit still, just always on the go, always has to be doing something all the time. Restless. And then what shows up more in my practice, I do get clients with that, but what shows up more is their words, I feel frozen in life. I feel stuck. I feel like no matter what I do, I cannot move forward. I'm hiding. I'm playing it small. I'm not being my true self. I'm not being my authentic self. I'm hiding. Because that's something that they learned as a child, that it was safer to hide so that they wouldn't get yelled at, hit, by mom, dad, brother, sister, school, yard bullying, whatever it might be. And so they stay quiet and small. And again, they're 40, 50, 60 years old. They don't want to be small anymore because, wow, that they're living a very small life. Maybe no relationship, not the job that they want, not the health that they would like. There could be a whole host of symptoms that are creating from this, ooh, let's flee and stay really, really small. And I've been doing it for a long time. Okay? So you may be thinking, well, is there hope? Can we help the nervous system? And absolutely you can. And remember, I am not a doctor. I'm not a a child psychologist. I'm a core belief therapist who realized that this trauma is coming up a lot in sessions, and I'm using the core belief therapy to release it. But I thought there's got to be something more that I can do in the middle of sessions, and tools to give the person, so when they're out in the world on their own, they're like, they can't say, stop the world, I need to have an inner work session, that there's something that they can do anytime, anywhere, even if there's a lot of people around them, to say, okay, right now I'm feeling panicked because I just saw that person from the past, and instead of shoving that panic down, I want to move it up and out, start regaining power in my life, right? Start regaining power in my life. So absolutely, as a core belief therapist, I do believe that you can calm and heal and reset your nervous system. That's the unexpressed emotion, right? So how do you do it? You express, you release, you express, you move up and out of your body this emotion that's buried inside. And you can use it through, of course, psychological practice, any therapy practice, like talk therapy. I do core belief engineering therapy. There's all kinds of therapies out there. I believe the therapy part is really good to create awareness and understanding and consciousness and learning, and that all contributes to the release, okay? But you can also do body work and breath work and body movements and color therapy and just like energy exercises, so that when something comes up, you can release the energy. And every time you release a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, what happens to the nervous system? It calms a little bit more. And the calming heals a little bit more. And then there's a reset. And you might just have little resets. You know, people wait for like the big reset, but it might just be reset, reset, release, reset, reset, calm, reset, heal, release, right? So yes, I do believe that there is a lot of hope for turning this around. Just like I believe anything in your life, we can turn it around. And so that's why I'm very pleased to offer this opportunity to work with you, to offer you very simple tools that you can use, as I say, anytime, anywhere, even if there's a lot of people around you and an emotion comes up. And you know this is a familiar emotion. You might, if you do like inner growth work and personal development work, you're like, that's my 8-year-old. She's coming up again. And help you to release it on your own. Also, a piece of this program is that when a new traumatic event comes in your life, you can use these tools to prevent new trauma from embedding. Okay, in video 1, I told the story about how I fell and I hurt my foot. And as everybody was swooshing to help me, I was like, Chakai, because I knew I needed to orient and regulate myself and make sure that the shock of falling and hurting my foot was not going to be embedded in my body. Okay, so I had the tools to do it, and I would love to ensure you have the tools moving forward that you can use for the rest of your life. So this 21-day program starts August 22nd. I'm going to put a link below, or wherever you're watching this, I will put a link somewhere where you can receive more information about the program. If you're not seeing a link, just go to my site, whispersfromthesoul.com. The information is there on the home page. Every 3 days, I'm going to send you an email. The email will have a teaching. It will have a tool. It will be accompanied by a video where I can go into deeper explanation, offer you some illustrations and examples. All right. Then you're going to have 3 days to test it out, to try it out, to let life happen around you and say, ooh, okay, this is a good time for me to try this tool before the next one comes along. I've also set up a WhatsApp group chat so we can create community and support one another in releasing this trapped trauma to heal the nervous system, to reset the nervous system. You can ask questions here, make comments, tell us about your experiences. If you need to troubleshoot something, you're going to have the group of us. We're going to be supporting one another. And I really feel that that community support is very important. So I know sometimes people sign up for programs and they're just like, just give me the email and the video. I don't want to be part of any group. Well, maybe that's part of what you need to overcome, to start being part of a group again. And the tools will help you get there, right? There is a connection. I believe there's a connection for many people. So again, I'll put a link below or somewhere. Check it out. There's also an opportunity there because you might be thinking, great, I'd like to use these tools, but I'd also like to do a private session with you, Esther. If you sign up for the program, you can do an additional purchase of a 1-hour session with me at a deep discount. Okay, if you go on my website for a 1-hour session, it's $200 more. Okay, so most people so far have also chosen to do the session. We can look at one of your traumatic events. We can talk to your nervous system. Whatever you want to address, I will address it with you, just one specific topic. Okay, and if you have any questions about this program, please send me a message. I'd be more than happy to answer it. Email is always best. The one place I don't seem to get messages is Facebook private messages, but on Instagram, on Twitter, YouTube comments, I always get those messages. All right, now video number 4, I'm going to do a Q&A because there are some questions coming in and I would like to address them for everybody. So if you have any questions about this material that I've been covering, if you have questions about the program, or maybe there's something else that you just need to know right now, send it to me. I'll weave it into the next video. All right, everybody. So enjoy the very best of this day, and I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.